Hi merfolk and welcome back to my sewing room. Today I will talk you through how I made this top. I will tell you several things. It's already made, so it's not really a tutorial, it's more a show and tell, and I hope that you will pick up a lot of things. Let me talk you through the process of making this top. Underneath the video you can also find a list of supplies that I used and also some suggested places where you can buy some of the supplies or similar things. So let's start with the bra. The bra is just a regular bra. As you can maybe see from the silicone strips here, it's a bra where you can take off the straps. I reused the straps and I sewed them on, and I turned them into like convertible bra straps, so you can choose how long they are, and you can just close it like this with a bikini clasp. I did this way because I want to reduce the amount of iron that I have on my top, because it will start rusting over time anyways. Then I took the netting and I sewed it on. You can see here that I did this with a zigzag stitch on 3 places. I did it like this because, well, it's a net, so maybe one of the knots would let go and I don't want everything to pop out at once. And I also wanted to stay nice and flat, because otherwise maybe over time the net would bunch up in one place. That's why I did it 3 times. Okay, then after that I glued on the shells. I made these myself. But I added in the list a few places where you can buy similar shells or starfishes. I used the silk boxy glue for that. First, I just put the bra like this, and then I turned the shells a few times to see what I would like. Then I lined it out where I want it to be with a marker that will solve in water. After that, I added glue to the shells. Then I took the bra like this, very carefully so it wouldn't move. Put it down. And then I added a few of these diving weights, but anything that has a lot of weight to it, and preferably soft, will help. And then I let it dry overnight. I did 1 shell at a time, just to make sure that it didn't move. When that was done, I started sewing on all of the pearls. If you look closely, I don't know if it will show up very good on camera, but I think you can see it like here, for example. I used like, I think maybe like 5 different white colors, tints, to make this. If you don't want that, you need to make sure that you have enough pearls when you start. I needed to go out and buy some extra pearls. I also use pearl strands that I find in secondhand stores or that are on sale. But when you buy the strands, you can also have like these kinds of strands. And the pearls here, they're like pressed on, they won't move. So if you use these kind of strands, you can use them for this type of thing. Or like here on top, it's also the same kind of continuous strand. You can also use it for this, but the effect will just be like a little bit different. So I started sewing on the pearls. I started here. Then I attached these ones. They're just sewn on. As you can see, they're sewn on here and here. And then this is just the loose pearl. But because I have a lot of dimension in it, you don't really see it unless like you know it like you do now. But I really like the different colors, the different sizes of pearls, but it is a lot of work. I sewed them all on by hand. You can also glue them on, but I'm not a big fan of gluing, because over time everything, it will just, the glue will let go over time. As you can see also here on the inside, I sewed everything by hand. I also tried to incorporate a knot around like every 3 pearls. So if one of the threads would break, not everything would let go, that just a few would let go. And that took like a lot of time because I also wanted everything to be like extremely covered. So as you can see, it's like very thick and you have like layers of pearls, and there are like more pearls underneath, but I really like how it turned out, so I'm not sad about all the time that I spent in there. This particular stone, this is glued down and sewn. In the original idea I wanted to incorporate more of them, but in the end I only used one. Okay, so so we sewed most of the pearls. I sewed them on until here, where like this thingy is. I know the French and the Dutch word, but I'm thinking about the English word. The boning, where the boning is. And then I started sewing on this greenery. Oh, it let go. Okay, I need to fix that. And sewing on the sequins. In the end, I filled out the gap so that there was like a little bit of overlap, but it was just easier to sew on the pearls at the last moment instead of trying to sew the sequins underneath the pearls. So that's why I did that. Then for the greenery, you need to make sure that your bra band can still stretch, because otherwise it won't fit anymore when you're done. Maybe also something nice to know, most bras you should check it, but until where the boning is, they don't have a lot of stretch or even non-stretch, depending on the bra of course, but it's something you can look out for to see, like at one point you need to be considerate for the stretch. Also, for the sequins, you can sew them on individually, but if you don't sew them on individually, make sure that you sew like this with one thread instead of like this. Again, otherwise you lose the stretch, because like it does still stretch a little bit in this way, but you don't need it, but you do need this. And maybe for the greenery, as you can see, I just looped over some thread in a color that I had that was the closest to the original color, and I also added some pearls on top because I like it. Also for me, some people like things to be super symmetrical. I don't mind if it's like a little bit different, because like here the pearls are a little bit different. Also the bigger pearls here, yeah, there is like a big pearl, but it's not like exactly the same. What I did try to do is when it closes, wait, I will set it on the smallest setting. I don't know, I like that the greenery would touch, but it's just something that I thought it would look nice. I'm thinking if there's some step that I forgot, but I don't think so. Also for the netting right now, it's not like fully cut until here, but maybe I will do this in the future, because I made it and then by the time it was finished I didn't fit in it anymore, so I tried to sell it, but nobody wants it. And now I'm like not sure if I still want to try and sell it or maybe I want to keep it. We'll see what I will decide over time. So oh yeah, there was something else. I even had it with me, I forgot to show you. For sewing on the sequins, you can't see it very good. I used like a blue thread because most of them are like bluish. But in the end, like you can see, you don't really see the thread, so that doesn't matter that much. But there are different ways you can sew on your sequins with more or less give for them to move around. So you can check that out. I will link the video so you can check that part out and see which technique you like the most. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments and I will be happy to answer them for you. I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you next time. Bye!